up, guys? So I figured I would show you guys what the screen printing process looks like. We do it all except for the direct to film, which is just a few of our designs, and we have some other cool designs coming up real soon. Really excited about. Cannot wait for those designs. Cannot wait. All right, so screen printing. It's plastisol inks that get pushed through a screen and make some cool designs, right? So this is what the screens look like. This is actually the Hunt Better sleeve. Runs down the whole entire sleeve of the hoodies and long sleeve if we do long sleeves. So you see that ink on it. That's the plastisol ink. It does not dry up. Little portions would, like see here on the edges, but other than that, that ink's been there for a long time and it's still good. So it's kind of like, reminds me of lithium grease. You get it on you, it just smears everywhere. So I'm constantly like checking myself, wiping my fingers on rags before I touch a new garment, because when you get rolling, you'll see in this video, it rolls. It's a pretty quick process. But then here's the other part of the Hunt Better. You can kind of see the black on the other side where it actually makes it out to the new Hunt Better logo. That's Hunt Better is Corey Smith, our buddy from Pennsylvania. We met on TikTok. There's a big, we have a family now, big group of us, and this is one he came up with. It's actually Corey's face right here and the Just Ring It. If you remember those Just Ring It videos, those were awesome. Quit playing with birds. Just ring it. So here's the process. This is a 4-color press. It's only got 3 screens on it right now. Very nice machine here. It has micro registrations. Probably don't know what that means. So basically, I'll show you here in a little bit. When we put the Hunt Better, it's only 2-color. No overlay. It's just basically it lays inside of it, but there's registration marks that actually make sure that the design is perfect with each other. And again, it can go up to 4. There's presses. I know there's up to 8. I don't know if there's 10. Not sure. I would never do a 10-color. But at that point, I would go to direct to garments print, which we've done before. And then obviously this direct to film. So this one's a heat press on, which is really nice too. This shirt's been washed probably 10 times and it still looks gorgeous with Corey Smith's face on it. So don't mind the mess on here. That's obviously all fibers from hoodies. It's stuck to the floor. It don't move. So I already put some chemicals on the floor eventually and get that cleaned up, but it don't move, unfortunately. So don't mind the dirty floor. All right, so this is a sleeve palette. This is called a palette here, or platen, depending on where you're from. To do sleeves, or you can do pant legs, which we do have some. We use them for the wader sweatpants, which keep you nice and warm in your waders, especially the breathables. So right here, I'll show you. So this is the Hunt Better. It goes down the sleeve here. Let's make sure that doesn't fall. And again, that ink, I'll show you. It's literally like the consistency of like a lithium grease. You can actually mix it up to make it a lot lighter, which is nice. Makes it go through the screen a lot better. It looks better on the garments. But see that line there? That is the dead center of the sleeve. So when you put the garment on there, everything lines up perfect. So I always got to make sure these registration marks, like I said before, registration marks right there, that makes that perfectly centered. So when we do our design, we have the ability to actually center this. So a lot of times, I remember in the very beginning, I'll actually show you here. See a lot of tape on here because we tape up multiple designs. So we had people in the very beginning message us and say, why is this not the center right here? My shirt's crooked, or it's pushed over to one side on the shirt. Well, unfortunately, no, because see this point here compared to that, it's way off. So that is the actual true center of our OG logo, the original 810 logo. It's actually the second original. Now we're on to our third. This we keep amping it up, but this will always be our main company logo here. Real quick before we get rolling, so these screens are made of photo emulsion. I'll show you over there in just a little bit. So it comes from a transparency, which I'm going to try to find here. I know I have one over there. If you remember in school, like the overhead projectors, that's what basically you're printing those after you make your design. You print the transparency, and it gets how I do it is I actually put it on here with some Scotch tape so it's upside down or facing towards the screen, and you actually close it down where you want it on the screen. Makes it easier for registration down the road. Once you have that there, and I have to have this room completely dark. That's why that's blacked out. I have special lights in here that are yellow, and I take them over to the burn table, and I'll show you that right now. So this is our burn table. You Basically what it does, it's got a vacuum unit on it, which holds tight design. So you put the screen inside there with the design on it. Those are the transparencies there. I stuck them in the wall just because it's easy. Right when you burn the screen, I pull them right off, and then you go get them wet, and then you wash the screen out, which washes that image out perfectly. So that's that. So when you turn this on, I can actually show you. It'll actually suck down. Don't mind all the dust on there. Yeah, it sucks right down around the screen. Vacuum tights it so that it gives you more definition. Like this grass right here gives you all that tight design. If not, you'll lose a lot of definition there. It'll look like crap. So I built this room. It's humidity controlled. There's the yellow lights. It goes throughout my whole basement here. So we do have this in our house right now until we move it to the building. So this room right here holds a lot of screens to dry. So once we coat them, like this screen has no image on it yet. So that's what it looks like. We coat them ourselves, put the designs on them, and then they get burnt. But right now this is in a humidity controlled room. Stays, I think it's 40% humidity and about 78 degrees in here typically. But yeah, it's just a little room. It's humidity controlled. It's sealed right off from the rest of the basement. Obviously right now it just got some humidity in there, but the rest of my house stays pretty good with 2 other dehumidifiers. So, and we do so on our own patches. So we'll be doing that here in a little bit as well. These early mornings, gotta have that dirty duck. All right. So that's the screen right there, down again. So we're gonna get that registered real quick. Looks good because I already had it set up, let's be real. And that's not a Heather. This is the thermal hoodie that we use. Really thick hood. R&K Outdoors. I believe this one's for Logan here. So let's get that on there. Warming up the garment right now. Over there in the flash, that is the flash dryer. So what that does is that partially, it doesn't cure it. Basically what it does is it makes the ink so it's somewhat dry to touch. And then you can get your next hit on it. Because everything we do, we hit it twice. Especially when you're doing multicolors. So it's nice and warm. Don't want to overheat it because you can actually discolor and or burn the garment. We don't want that. So we're flooding it first. So the ink's just sitting there on the screen. Take the squeegee, push it through. So when I lift this, there's going to be some awesome stuff here. So get ready. Boom. Let's move this out of the way so you can see. So there's that. So again, we're going to send it over to the flash. So let's flood it again. So we're going to hit that again. Nice and smooth. Here it is. Boom. It's nice and pretty. Get that underneath there. Check to make sure that it's pretty dry in case I accidentally touch the garment on top of itself so it doesn't ruin the image or ruin this hoodie. Because obviously if I ruin this, then the customer's waiting even longer. Because we don't stock a lot of clothes. Because we can get them usually pretty quick. So there's that on the sleeve there. Black there. So this one's going to take a lot of ink. So let's make sure that she's nice and good. There we go. Boom. The 10 Outdoors. Alright, so we got the screens loaded. I'm warming up a pallet. We don't have to do all 4 because there's only one design on each shirt. There's no multiples that I can think of. I have to look at the order again, but typically we would have it loaded up. Every one of these pallets here would be ready to rock and roll with garment heights and making sure everything's centered. So I'll show you the process of getting these screens registered together, and we'll do that on a test shirt. So here we go. All right, so we have these lines that here in the on the pallets. They're obviously covered with some garment. So again, we're only going to use this pallet for this design because we're only doing one of this actual Hunt Better today. So swing this other screen around. So there's 2 screens, this one and this one. So I'll show you how it works. So first thing I'm going to do is let's make sure this is centered. That looks good. It's perfect height from the top, from the collar here, from the collar. So let's lift that up, get it out of the way. Let me find a good test shirt. through there. The ink through that screen good. It's good there. So let's flip that around. So we have a, oh no, that's not ink. So always check to make sure there's no other ink coming out anywhere I don't want it to be. It all looks good. So I'm sure you can see these registration marks here. Let me make sure we can see them. So let me show you here. So those are the registration marks right there on my dirty fingernails because of cleaning the ink off. So now I need to make the gray and the black screens line up to each other. So first thing I need to do is cure this real quick so I don't get the black on the gray screen. Move that flash off there. So now what we'll do is we got to line up the marks. So it's a little bit of a process to do that. Let's see if I can't get you down here. All right, let's run some ink. Looks good. Looks like everything lined up good. So that's what it would look like right there. Obviously not with all that mess on there. Get you a better look there. So that's what it looked like. Everything laid right on top of each other nice. So let's get everything taped up and ready to rock and roll. All right, let's get the garment on there. So again, this is the thermal hoodie. Got on the right one, yep. Also known as a heavyweight. Get nice and lined up, perfect. Not there. Good, nice and centered. Let's get her on, let's get her warmed up. So what we do is we warm it up so there's no movement, because obviously with material with moisture and everything in it, everything's kind of got to shrink up a little bit. So we want to make sure that doesn't happen. So that's nice and warm. All right, so we'll do the better first. Here we go. So hit her a couple times there. Screen out of the way. So now it looks goofy. It just says better on there. And that. So again, flashing just basically it partially dries it. So you can put another layer on it. I mean, you could do wet on wet, but there we go. Nice and smoothed out. Boom. So it looks good. So now the hunt screen lays right over. Let's hit it. Got a lot of phone calls. Phone's always ringing. So boom, there's the hunt better right there. Looks pretty cool. We'll give you a nice close up here in a minute when it goes through the dryer. So, boom. I really like this design. Again, this Corey Smith and I, he's out of Pennsylvania. It's one of his sayings, and we put it on a garment. So now it's its own little line, a part of 810. All right. So we have the hunt better here. Looks nice and good. So let's get that off there. So here's the conveyor dryer. So I gotta make sure it's nice and flat in there. So we've burnt holes and stuff before because it didn't lay in there flat. So this right here is at 300 and I think 25 degrees, and it takes a minute for it to get all the way through there. The pizza oven. If we can see it good, runs through there. And it spits out over here into this box where the other clothes are at. So that's what it looks like. Comes through there, takes about a minute for it to go through there. Gets it nice and cured. All right, the next design is my favorite, the Labrador Retriever. We sell a lot of these. For such a basic design, we just sell a ton of them. It's about time to retape the screen though, but let's get it rolling. So you get the flood it and run it. Here's the magic. Looks good. Hair dryer. It's good looking. Love that Labrador Retriever. That tag fold over because of the heat. Again, that's about 325 degrees, and it just rolls through like a pizza. So this is where we store our screens. We have a ton of them for all our designs, for everything on the website, even the Wild Race. We do all of their clothing. There's the new most popular design right there of all time. This one we're looking for. The life is better with archery. Let's get it. My hands. Let's get it. That looks sharp. So sit on there. Through the dryer. Boom. Last thing we got to do is we got to do the backs. Backs right here. So this is the OG logo. So on the t-shirts, it just goes around the back, just off the top of the spine. Which that lined up perfect right off the rip, which was awesome. Boom. Nice look to it. So we are done with the designs here. That's one order. So there's multiple garments in there, and then there's everything there. We're gonna head upstairs to the office and get these shipped out. So now we're up in the office. We're gonna get everything shipped out to the customer, and again, the customer is R&K Outdoors, and the one thing that I'm gonna be shipping to them is the shot cam. Let them try it out. It is a pretty cool camera. They're not cheap. They're, you know, a lot of people have the Tact cam, but the shot cam it's got way more technology. It's a great perspective when shooting. It actually aligns with this gun. It's set up. It's really easy to do. You'll see a lot of videos. I'll put a little bit of it in here. Some pretty cool shots. I mean, it's a good addition. So we're going to ship this out to them, let them try it out, and then they're going to get it back to us so we can take it out to North Dakota with us in October, which is next month. Holy smokes. So let's get this off of here. So that's the shot cam itself. It's a really nice training tool. Check out the video. I'll put the link in there. Yes, always make sure your gun is clear. The mag and the chamber, which I always do before even bringing it in the house. Everything's golden. Action's back. Nothing gonna happen. But always treat a gun as it's loaded. So there's that. One thing it does, shot cam, if you guys do watch these, let's get some stainless bolts on there because they rust. Obviously we're in inclement weather, and in the cases we try to do our best to get them out of there, but sometimes they stay in the cases. So on that, check out the review on this gun. Absolutely love this Franchi Affinity. It's 12 gauge. I mean, she's beat. She is a waterfowl gun. So when you buy these, they come with these cool cases. Don't need those. We'll leave them in there for them just in case. So come with all kinds of cool stuff. I never even use it. There's your cap to protect it. Which we will put this on there because I lost the other one. So it protects when you're not using it, keeps it nice and protected. I forgot that was even in there. Comes with the back piece, extra screws, which we need to replace because they are rusted. That's probably why those are in there. So now it comes in that nice case there. Shot cam. Ooh, we almost forgot the bolt or the T-handle. They also send you this nice T-handle. So let's stuff that in there somehow. Boom. So again, they're gonna use this for their YouTube channel. So we've got a lot of great use out of it, and we'll take it to North Dakota with us and some of the other out-of-state hunts. So there we go. All right. So we got the order all packed up, and we added some goodies. So the order sticker, we threw a bunch more in. And don't forget to go check out our friends over at Generation to Hunt Podcast. Joe over there is a great guy. He's got some great content. got a lot of stuff with them. Everything's in here. Let's get it shipped out. That's it. Thank you everyone for watching my ugly mug here on this video. Just to basically showing some of the screen printing. There's a lot more to it, honestly. Took me quite a bit to get to where I'm at today with it. We have a lot of big things coming. I said it earlier in the video, but a lot of great things coming. I'm super excited about. To stay tuned. We're gonna again be more active with our YouTube channel. Make sure you follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. We do try to put content on there daily. If you are a clothing line and you're looking for some help, definitely reach out to us. 810 Outdoors, and there's 810 Graphics Company. 810 Graphics Company is also mine, along with another gentleman. We can get you help to, designs, clothing. We're super busy right now, but we'll do our best to help whoever we can. If we can't help you, we'll point you in the right direction, and we'll get you going. So on that, we'll see you guys on the next one.
I mean, then look at this then. I can't imagine a more beautiful thing.